Urban Meyer's tumultuous NFL tenure has ended after just 13 games and 2 victories. The Jaguars have just fired him because of what owner Shad Khan is calling missteps. The moves were made just hours after ex-Jaguar player, their place kicker Josh Lambo, told a Florida newspaper that Meyer had kicked him during a practice in August. We welcome in Adam Schefter now, live on to SportsCenter. And Adam, this was a finality perhaps that we could see coming, but for it to arrive at this hour of the day now, how'd that happen?
Well, Scott, I think you have to factor this in. The report came out this afternoon about Urban Meyer allegedly kicking his kicker, former kicker, Josh Lambo, during the summer. You had Shad Khan at the owners' meetings in Dallas. And so I think Shad Khan had to get back. I'm sure there were lawyers involved to try to figure out a resolution to how to resolve this relationship in the most diplomatic of ways when it's not that diplomatic. And they had to figure out how to essentially end this. Now, they have reached that decision tonight. Urban Meyer's out as the Jaguars head coach. I don't know that they've finalized any particular agreement, whether or not they will pay him any of the remaining money on his contract. He signed a 5-year contract in January of 2021. So he did not even make it to the 1-year mark, Scott. Basically, has 4 years left on that contract, and I'm sure there's going to be some money in dispute here, and it'll be a job for the lawyers to figure out exactly how to handle this going forward. In talking to people around the league, there are enough people who believe that the Jaguars will have sufficient evidence to fire him for cause. I'm sure Urban Meyer will argue that he had a 5-year commitment from Shad Khan, and we'll see how the lawyers decide to figure out this arrangement going forward. The bottom line to this is when the Jaguars report to work in the morning, Urban Meyer will not be the coach of the team. Darrell Bevell, the offensive coordinator, will take over. He will be the interim head coach, and he will lead this team for the remaining part of the season before Jacksonville once again embarks on another head coaching search.
Adam, you're in the news breaking business, not the opinion business as much, but I'm curious, over the course of, say, the last few months, the direction that this was going. You think about so much enthusiasm and optimism. They get Lawrence. You've got a coach who had won so much at the college level, and the injection of enthusiasm in Jacksonville. Here we go. And I don't know how it could have gone any worse. Was this a finality prior to the story today with Lambo that you were hearing or believed was where we would ultimately land?
Well, listen, obviously there was a lot of reporting done on Urban Meyer over the weekend. And at that point in time, I had been told specifically that Shad Khan was planning to stick with Urban Meyer. When he arrived at the owners' meetings this week, after you saw Urban Meyer walk off the field in what turned out to be his last game as the Jaguars head coach, when he had a look like he did not enjoy this job anymore. Everybody saw the video of him with Mike Vrabel. It was almost this indifferent look of somebody who was unhappy doing a job. And many coaches, they kill for the opportunity to be a head coach.
Right.
That did not look like something that Urban Meyer enjoyed doing, Scott. It looked like it was something that he just dreaded. And all the bickering and all the speculation and all the criticism where he says we're going to find the leaks and we're going to fire the people who had the leaks. It was very Richard Nixonian. And I think that as Shad Khan saw the events of the weekend and processed and digested all the information and thought about it, when he got to the owners' meetings, he said, we're going to do what's best for this team. And I think he hadn't decided yet. And then we get another story that the Jaguars were informed about early this morning, where he's accused of kicking Josh Lambo, the former kicker, in practice and demeaning him with certain language. And I think ultimately, when you're on the fence and trying to make a decision about a guy, I guess I'm making the inference here, Scott, that perhaps pushed it over the edge.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.